Hello Internet, I'm Scarecrow85 and this is Sonic CD, which is, I don't know, some people's favourite Sonic game. Maybe it's mine, maybe it's not. Right, we're doing a new game. Oh look, we could play as Tails, we're not going to though, we're going to do Sonic. It's his thing, it's Sonic's game. Look, as much as I absolutely adore this intro, because it is literally like the greatest piece of animation ever put to film, I am going to skip it. Oh, and that music too. Oh my gosh, this game. Right, so this is Game Over for the win. It's got nothing really to do with Game Over, and I don't win by Game Overing. I don't know why I called it Game Over for the win. So the objective here is to get through as much of the game as possible without dying. I have one life to get as far as I can. It's as simple as that. It's a very basic concept with a stupid name. It's quite interesting actually when you set yourself a challenge like that, to see exactly how you really do. I mean, sometimes putting yourself under pressure can really produce some interesting outcomes. Oh look, it's Amy. Hello Amy. So this... Oh, ow, she's got me. Get off. So yeah, this was Amy's first ever appearance in a video game. There she is. Hello. Quite a cute sprite actually. I like Gen 1 Amy. I do wish they'd do something with her. Sonic Mania didn't have her. Sonic Generations didn't have her. Like, they seem to be avoiding classic Rosie the Rascal. I don't know why. But yeah, she's pretty cool. She's pretty fun. This is where she came from. This is also the game that introduced a certain other character who we'll be seeing very shortly. Hopefully, assuming I don't die before that. It's unlikely. This is a relatively easy game. Certainly in the Sonic the Hedgehog series, this is not an especially difficult one. I mean, Sonic games aren't normally all that difficult anyway, to be honest, but, well, they can be, it just depends. I should mention as well, we are not going to be buggering about with time travel. We're not going to go for full completion or good futures or any of that silly buggery. We're just going to go straight for the end. That said, I am going to see if I can get into the past right here, because why not? Oh, and I fluffed it straight away. Oh no, I lost my thingamabobber. Boo! Right, okay, so how that mechanic works, just to introduce you to it, see this signpost here? Excuse me, sorry about that, had something in my throat. Anyway, this is a past signpost. Pow. When I collect it, I now have a little past sign in the bottom left, and if I travel fast enough for long enough, I go into the past. I time travel. That's how time travel works, apparently, in Sonic's universe. None of these bloody stupid DeLoreans. Right, what you see up here is a robot generator. It doesn't generate robots. However, if I destroy it, if we go back to the present now, if I get a future panel like that one there and travel back to the present, you will find that there won't be any badniks in the level. In fact, there won't be any badniks in this level either. They're all already dead. Also, there's this. Remember I said about there being a new character in this game? Well, meet Metal Sonic. That's not actually him though, that is a hologram projector showing him torturing some animals because he's a sod. And if you destroy it, you rescue all of the animals in this stage. Again, if you go back to the present, they will all be now saved, because you saved them in the past, so, you know, they no longer are trapped in the future of, because the present is the future according when you're in the past, but it's I don't like time travel. It does my head in. Right, okay, anyway, so this, as you can see, looks quite different to what we saw before. The level now looks ruined. That's because I didn't get a good future. In both Act 1 and Act 2, if you go into the past and destroy the robot generators in both of them, you basically remove the influence of Dr. Robotnik from this zone as a whole. So if you do that and then come here, you'll still have to fight the boss, but it will be a really sort of beautiful looking place rather than this nightmare apocalypse looking place. By the way, that was the boss. Did you blink and miss it? Here we go, done. For some reason we plant flowers in this game. The environmental message is strong with this one. So the implication is that Robotnik is using the power of the time stones on this planet, the little planet or the miracle planet, depending on which version you go by, and he is corrupting the planet, taking it over like that. See, hang on a minute, we've got a little bit of cutscene here. Don't get this very often in Sonic games, do you? Amy has been kidnapped! No! Funnily enough, we can't actually intervene. It's weird. You think Sonic would just do something right there and then, but never mind. Yeah, so this is the first Sonic game to ever show an example of what would happen if Dr. Robotnik actually did win. Because the future stages, and the bad future stages, i.e. the bosses if you don't get good futures, they are all what the world would look like if Robotnik was not stopped by Sonic the Hedgehog. And, I mean, it's pretty much what you would expect, pollution and destruction. Oh, hey. Oh, I love doing that. Jumping off of a slope in Sonic games, there's just nothing quite as satisfying as that in video games, is there? I mean, probably. Probably there is. I don't know. As a preference, I quite like going into the past. I might do it again here, just for fun. Oh no! Oh, farts. Oh well, I'll tell you what, let's go into the future then. Places like this are quite handy for time travel. Makes it a lot easier than trying to keep up some momentum. I don't have time to be memorising level layouts, come on now guys. So this is what this stage would look like if Sonic didn't save it. And it looks pretty rough. This... Oh, it's quite hard to navigate the stage sometimes. Whoa. So this has a kind of Spring Yard Zone feel to it. In fact, all of Sonic CD feels like Sonic 1. Like there's a lot that this has in common with Sonic 1. Sonic CD always felt to me like an alternative Sonic 2. Because this doesn't actually seem to sort of acknowledge the existence of Sonic 2. Tails isn't in this, or even referenced at all, and we do get introduced to new characters, but they are Metal Sonic and Amy, who do not make an appearance in Sonic 2. So, or Sonic 3 for that matter. So Sonic CD really does have its own sort of unique feel, even though, as I said, it does feel very much like Sonic 1, and like I say, that's why it feels like a sequel, because it's all new and everything's better. I mean, it's because they were doing this on CD as well. There's obviously awful lot more storage space on a CD, so they could do things like they could include an anime intro, and they could do really detailed parallax complex backgrounds, and this soundtrack, like the quality of the music's just outstanding. And they could do all those things and make a much bigger game. It felt incredible. I remember playing this as a kid and just being blown away by it. This was an amazing Sonic game. Ah, get in there! No! Sonic, please. Incidentally, there's two soundtracks for this game, and I'm playing this on Steam, and this is a sort of re-released, almost remastered version that was overseen by Christian Whitehead, the Taxman. He's responsible for Sonic Mania, or ended up being responsible for it, along with his team. And he kind of made his name in the Sonic community by doing things like this. He adapted the Sonic games for mobile, and he made these sort of remasters of certain games, in particular, like Sonic 2, where he reintroduced Hidden Palace Zone, and this, where this plays like an absolute dream, but it also includes Tails, and it includes both of the official soundtracks for this. It includes the American and the Japanese. I think it's the Japanese European and the American. I think it's the US that got a separate soundtrack. I'm going to show you a special stage as well. It's not that, I mean, this, obviously the objective that I'm aiming for here is to complete the game without dying once. I mean, this isn't necessarily a review, neither is it a Let's Play, so I'm not technically obliged to do this, but I just it's so cool, I desperately want to show it off. It's super fun to do this. So these are the special stages in Sonic CD. As I said before, I'm not going for like a full completion or anything. I'm just trying to get through this thing in one piece. But I had to show this off. They're so good looking. I mean, they're an absolute sod to play. Uh-oh. Ah. Oh no! Ow! That slowed me right down. Okay, so, I'm not particularly good at these either, but the idea is... Uh-oh. If you look at the top, you can see a timer counting down. If I touch water, that will go down really super fast. So I've got to stay out of the water. And all I've got to do is break these UFOs. If I can smash all of them, there we go, I get a time stone. So like with most Sonic games, as long as you can get all of the gems, you can complete the game with a good ending. Although with this one actually I don't think you do. I think you need to get all good features as well. Again, this is so much bigger than any other Sonic game. The pseudo 3D special stages are an absolute joy to behold, and they're quite fun to play, although again a little bit on the easy side, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I like being able to complete things. But because of the time travel mechanic, every single stage has a past and a future version of it, so all of the assets had to be drawn and redrawn. All of the graphics just over and over again. Ow! And there's actually another palette swap as well, because you've got the past and the bad future. There's also a good future version of each stage as well. So if you can achieve it early on, you can also go to a really idealised version of each stage. Which is usually really vividly coloured and quite beautiful. Right, anyway, this flipping boss, literally flipping, pinball flippers. If you thought the pinball controls were crap in any other Sonic game, you hadn't played this. These are the worst. They're very, very bad. But Robotnik's just sitting up here. Oh, go on, get up there. Get up there. There we go. All he does is sit at the top of the stage doing absolutely bugger all. He fires little blue things down at you, which don't hurt you, they just sort of cause you to get knocked around a little bit. They don't even bounce you, they just stop your momentum. So the idea is he just annoys you from the top of the stage. And all you've got to do is get up there and give him a couple of thwacks and he's done. It's honestly one of the lamest bosses in the entire Sonic series, and I hate it. I love Sonic CD, it's probably one of, yeah, it's one of my favourite Sonic games. There's far better. But that boss, just don't like it. It's not fun. Luckily though, it is fairly easy. It doesn't take too long. Nice, cool soundtrack to this crazy chilled out level. A lot of gamers don't like water levels in pretty much anything. And that's understandable. I don't want to go into the future of this stage. The past version of this stage I absolutely love. I like the past version of pretty much all the Sonic CD stages though, to be fair. They're much more sort of natural and kind of beautiful. And the soundtracks are quite nice too. But yeah, people don't tend to like the water level, and I can understand that. Sonic slows right down, you have the added pressure of drowning. But I like it. I like the water stages in Sonic, generally speaking. I like their design. Again, you'll notice actually, look at the panels, look at the sprite work going on in this level, although it's quite colourful. These blocks with symbols in them, and in the background as well, the big ones, very reminiscent of Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1. Like, everything in this game feels like it's directly relating to something in Sonic 1. The way Sonic moves, his sprite, it just doesn't... It feels like a sequel to Sonic 1 if Sonic 2 didn't exist. So someone else's idea of what a sequel to Sonic 1 would be. Oh look, I opened a door that goes to a shield. Hooray! I thought that was a door that went nowhere for a minute. Now then, this isn't good. I need air. Right, thank you. classic Sonic games had a little bit of a problem with oxygen bubbles in the sense that they were very reluctant to give you any. So, got to be careful to make sure that you're constantly topped up. These things can sometimes take an obnoxiously long time to give out an air bubble. And what I don't want is to end up drowning. That would suck. Still, there's plenty of these air bubble generators. As long as you remember to keep an eye out for them, it should be alright. I'm going to go down, I don't want to go over. Ah, there's one, that's good. In Sonic... what am I talking about? 3, Sonic 3D. I know you said Sonic CD, but we're playing that. In Sonic 3, the blue shield that looks a lot like this... Oh, look, another one. No, we don't want to go that way. The blue shield was a bubble, and would actually enable you to breathe underwater. Or at least not drown. This is just a regular protective shield. Once again, actually, exactly the one that you get in Sonic 1. And yeah, it doesn't do a damn thing when you're in the water, so... I mean, it protects you, but it doesn't stop you from drowning. Ah, look, a past panel right next to a pair of red springs facing each other. It's almost as if they wanted you to go into the past. In order to complete this game properly and get the good ending, you're gonna need to go into the past first, scour the entire stage for the robot generator, and also this, the Metal Sonic hologram projector. And then finish the stage. I don't think you even need to go back into the present. I think as long as you do that, you can just clear the stage and you're good. Oh, look at it. I mean, this music suddenly becomes a bit more sort of tribal sounding and a bit more mysterious. And that background with its just jet black caves. And it looks like moss growing on them, and it just, ugh, it's so creepy and dark and mysterious. I just freaking love it. It just... I like things like that as well, where it's just darkness and you can just see the edges of some rocks and stuff being caught in the light there. It leaves it to the imagination a little bit. And that's something that older games did, you know, because they didn't have the graphics to fully render and fully detail everything, they had to leave it to your imagination. And sometimes that's genuinely better. Anyway... There we go, Sonic made a good future in Zone 2, so now you can see, I got the robot generator and the Metal Sonic projector. I made a good future. If I could do that in Zone 1 and Zone 2, I'd get an overall good future. I'd actually get the good ending, and this stage wouldn't look like this. This is what it looks like once Eggman's destroyed everything. And yeah, he does a pretty good job of breaking this place up. It's quite sad, actually, when you consider how beautiful it was earlier. Oh look, I don't think I actually knew this was here. Don't remember ever collecting that before. This isn't the route I normally take. Okay, so yeah, if you've played Sonic 1's Labyrinth Zone, you'll know that Dr. Robotnik just flees from you. He just runs away. Well, so does this one. Sort of. Oh, there he goes. Uh-oh. That's annoying. Gonna have to wait for him now. Nice of them to put that invincibility, like, right there. It's not even hidden. There we go, we got him. Battle over. Can we go now? Am I done? Nope. Can't reach him there either. Why doesn't he just stay there and let me drown? Like, he wins. That's it. Done. So the way this boss works, he's going to surround himself in bubbles. And all I've got to do is keep breathing them. So I can't drown because he's literally surrounded himself in the one thing that keeps me alive. And as long as I just stay out the way of those little bullets that he fires, although again, this is Sonic, so as long as I've got one ring, those can't hurt me either. I'm just... I'm a Terminator, I'm invincible, I'm coming for you, Eggman. I think it only takes one hit to defeat him as well. I've just got to get rid of his shield, which are these bubbles, and then land a hit on him. There you go. Oh, you heard a little bit of Sonic the Hedgehog voice acting there. One of the first times he'd ever said anything. He went, yeah. I prefer that boss battle quite a bit to the original Sonic 1 Labyrinth Zone boss, and infinitely more than Sonic 4's attempt at a Labyrinth boss. Bloomin' heck. That was something horrible. Anyway, Quartz Quadrant Zone. This place is wicked. Whoop, I'm going the wrong way. So we've got a future panel, so I could end up going into the future. Ow. Or not. I lost it. You lose a panel if you get up to speed, you know, fast enough for it to start flickering, but then lose your momentum. You'll drop the panel. Have to collect a new one. Well, this isn't going well. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, no! Oh no! And that's your lot. That's as far as I got. I can't believe that! Oh, Quartz Quadrant. Do you know what? I should be able to beat this game in one life. It's dead easy. That was a ridiculous mistake to make. But that's the nature of Game Over for the win, and that's why I like doing these. Because you just never know in one run how you're going to do. I really did want to get further than that, and I really ought to have. That's a great level, and I was looking forward to showing it off. I'm sorry that I don't get to this time around, but that's it. That's Game Over for the win. I got killed, and yeah, we didn't win. We lost. That's it. It's over now. But that's Sonic CD, and it is one that I really, really love. It's close to my heart anyway. I've got nostalgia for this one. This is one of the first games I had on PC, and it's a really good entry point, I think, for the Sonic series. If you're someone that hasn't played it before, and, you know, maybe for kids, you know, it's a little bit easier, it's a bit easier to grasp, graphics are big, bright, the music's amazing, and it's playable, and it has a nice difficulty curve, but it's never too hard. Forget the fact that I just absolutely sucked. It's pretty decent, so I would definitely recommend this one to anyone thinking of giving it a try. And get this version of it as well. The Steam version is absolutely freaking amazing. So yeah, thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and like, subscribe, you know how YouTube works. Hopefully, though, I'll see you in the next video.